There you go. There you go. Thank you, sir. There you go. There you go. There you go.
So we're back, the Dan and Ninko Show, episode 24, a special edition, St. Patty's Day edition. And we might look very, very festive.
Very festive.
And you
I'm
might,
just like in
and
normal,
you might look
this is Thursday.
like a leprechaun right now with the beard.
This is Thursday. like a Friday.
It's like, why not?
Yeah.
But you know what's
everything.
funny is I went to Party City. Shout out to Party City for this very expensive hat.
$150.
And this $5 hat. This is a cool. I'll give this to the kids though. They'll really like this one. This is not from Party City. I broke out the gold because it is St. Patty's. So, for the day like it is today, why not have a little gold on you, a little green and gold? We got our I Love Beer shirts on because we enjoy a few tasty beverages on the show, and we have some Killian's Irish Red and Guinness, obviously. On
You ever have any Killian's Irish Red before?
I've never. No.
Killian's is good.
Is it really good?
Really good.
Well, I think we should have one right now because it's a
Yeah.
special show. Why don't we do this? But in this show today, we are going to cover, obviously, some huge news with the Patriots and the moves that they have made in free agency, spending a lot of money,
$200+ million.
and if anyone follows my Instagram, I did I thought it was great. It was Dumb and Dumber when they get the money, and Harry is standing outside, and no, it's not Harry, it's Floyd.
It's
Lloyd. Sorry.
Christmas.
So Lloyd is standing outside. There you go. There you go. There you go. And
He said all the free agents just
and that was
piling in.
Bill. Obviously, now with the modern technology, we can have computer faces on people, and it's Bill. There you go, there you go. And they have handed out a lot of money,
It's like $200+
which
million.
history has written itself in the past of the teams that spend the most don't necessarily win the most. So we will see how the spending translates to wins.
They were all really good signings.
First though. Number one, in my view, this is all set up to bring in Jimmy G. Set up to bring in Jimmy
Stop
G.
with the Jimmy G.
Yes.
I hate Jimmy
Yes.
G. Jimmy G's a good quarterback when he's on the field, but he's not going to be on the field. Is that why you bring Cam in? Because you know he's going to have to start 6 or 7 games if you have Jimmy G?
Oh, I like this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's good stuff.
It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good stuff.
It's a nice little red ale.
I like it. I like it. Okay, so continue with the Jimmy G.
He's just not going to play. I think what's happening now is...
So do you think, here's a question before we go into that. Do you feel with the current team as it is right now, Cam is going to improve them to be, I guess, division winners, get to the division championship with Cam as your quarterback?
He won 7 games last year. This team, I mean, with all these
few,
additions, yeah, but with all these additions, you're bound to win more games. I mean, the other additions you don't talk about either, too, in free agency is they're basically adding Hightower and Chung back too. I mean, because they weren't there last year, so you're adding those two pieces.
That's going to help.
Which are two big
that's going to
pieces.
help. I think Hightower.
Because right now your linebackers are
Hightower's going to bring in that leadership.
Yeah, in Juden.
That leadership that you're going to need.
Yeah, and Chung
is Chung will be
brings
back.
some leadership too.
But the only thing with Chung is with the opt out. I feel like the young guys at the safety position, and they just signed Mills, right?
Yeah, and you have Adrian Phillips.
And you have Phillips.
You have Duger.
You have guys there in that position that I feel that they're looking at. So
yeah, Chung stepped back.
I don't want
in
to
the
see
role.
Chung go anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't want to see him go anywhere because I love Chung. But I could see how the business side of things that they would look at Chung and be like, "Oh,
I
we
still
could probably
think they'll
move
keep him, but
yeah,
I mean, he's not a starter anymore, though, right? In that safety group,
not with what they've had last year.
no, because Adrian Phillips played well last year. Duder played like those were actually two of the brighter spots on defense.
I think the biggest problem that I have with this free agency period right now, the biggest issue I have is they're willing to spend the money on guys that are on teams that have no idea how to be a Patriot or how to, conduct yourselves accordingly, but they'll dish out all the money and you got David Andrews waiting like, hey, like I'm ready to go. I'm ready to sign.
The reports are they've made him offers.
Yeah, they made it. Yeah, but you could offer me a shitty deal, and I'm like, why?
Well, the report yesterday was that he was weighing the offer until last night, and then decided he was just gonna go test it.
Well, you would have to if the offer isn't close to what a starting center should be.
Yeah.
Another team's going to pay him more than what they offered him, 100%.
But it's like the same thing that they did with Hightower and McCourty. Like,
they're
get
gonna
your deal and bring it back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I think that, and I had said this before, sometimes your biggest enemy with the whole thing of being on a Patriot team is Bill has all your practice film. He sees all your tape. He knows you like the back of his hand. These other guys, he doesn't know any of these guys. He just knows them. He knows them from game film.
He was working on this all last year.
He knows them from game film. He doesn't know their personalities. He doesn't know that Judon tried to hang some photo over an ESPN analyst, that he would release it on him if he, talked bad about him again. Just like weird stuff. So he doesn't know these guys personally. He doesn't know anything about them. He doesn't know what keeps them motivated. Some guys are motivated. Number one, just money. All they care about, I'm telling you, a lot of players in the NFL, the only thing they care about is making money. They don't love the game. They're just really good at it. So they're just going to make as much as they can. So once they get it, just like you see every year, guy gets super paid. He's super fat and happy now. Wait, wait till I get my money right. Oh.
But I think they take advantage a little bit of knowing that the player wants to be with the Patriots, because I think Andrews wants to be
100%. But wouldn't you want?
If it came down to the
you
same
want,
money in Miami or
but
New
doesn't
England?
it make more sense to overpay the guys that have produced and won you Super Bowls and are the example to everybody else how you should act?
But I think they just think that.
Why would you overpay somebody that has no idea how to conduct themselves?
But I think it's just because they know,
like a Michael Bennett.
I think they know they're going to
like
they
paid
them.
Michael Bennett $6 million, and then they trade him before the halfway through the year because they realize, all right, this isn't going to work. But they give him a shit ton of money. It's just like, how do you not like? If I was a professional team or in an organization that had that much money to give and spend, I would have a psychologist that people don't even know is a psychologist. Be like, hey man, like what's up? Like,
just test them.
Yeah, just see. Like, oh, so
here we'll make you an offer. You fill out this test. Here.
What motivates you? Would you rather A, first class, never touch anything, everything served to you? B, first class,
Did you take one of these tests?
But you get up and you would like to do things, aren't you? B or C, I like a little bit lower class stuff, but I like to wash the car by hand.
The Ninko test.
C, D, I never have ever washed my own car, and now that I'm paid, I will never touch another car.
Isn't this the same test you give people to ride in the passenger seat of your car?
Yeah, it is.
No, but I think what it is a business side. They know they get Andrews on the hook, so it's like we will overpay him if we need to, but let's let the market dictate it. I think that's what it is.
I feel like that is. I mean, go back in history, like Logan Menken's. Logan Menken's only games missed were because he was basically not reporting because he wanted his contract.
Yeah.
Eventually, he reported anyway without the contract, balled out, got to a Pro Bowl, then they paid him the contract that was a fair contract. Yeah, but they didn't want to pay him a fair contract. And then anybody else who ever played that was very good, think about it. I mean, who's a great player Talib came here, balled out, left. Revis came here, balled out, left.
They paid Revis though.
Just a 1 year. No, they didn't pay him market value.
Yeah, they did.
No, they did not.
He was like $10 or $12 million.
Yeah, he should have been making like 15.
He was on the back half.
But he still got paid. He got paid after that year, like 20, something crazy. They didn't pay him top.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bill doesn't like playing top. Because if you look at a lot of these contracts.
He doesn't like paying top. He just paid top for two number threes.
You have to look at the contract details. They're not.
I'm saying just average, like what they're making per year.
I know.
Guaranteed money. So, like,
No.
the tight ends are
But it's
3 and 4 in the NFL.
The tight ends got paid a lot.
Yes.
But pretty much the tight ends in Juden got paid a lot.
Juden got
The rest of them aren't
$35
that
million.
big-
He's going to
aren't that
make
big of
35
deals.
in the first 2 years.
They still so as of right now, after all these signings, they still have $32 million in cap space right now.
Yeah, they have a lot of money still.
That's
why
deal,
they're going to
the deals on like Aguilar and the slot receiver weren't big. Jalen Mills' deal wasn't that big. They paid the tight ends, which was I think was highly intelligent because both those guys, I mean, they're in the top end
good.
of the tight end market.
They're very good.
And how much better are they now together?
Now they just need somebody that can throw them the ball
Get Cam.
accurately.
Get
That
Cam.
can throw them the ball. I'm still not
Well,
sold on his accuracy.
So I think what's happening now,
When you look left to throw down the field, it doesn't make sense to me.
I think what's happening right now, what they're doing, because
They're going to draft Mac Jones.
No, I think that's Plan B. Because they had the big first day of spending.
Yep.
They went out big yesterday with Hunter Henry, and they went quiet, right? And they still have
I like
they have,
Hunter
the eighth
Henry.
most cap
I like
space.
Hunter Henry. I do like.
You don't like Jonnu Smith?
The best signing that they have is Anderson from the Jets. That's
You're
the
close.
best
I think it's
signing that they
Godchuk.
made.
I think it's Godchuk, the nose tackle from.
See,
the,
I don't
from the
think
Dolphins.
so.
Because
Anderson from the Jets.
Yeah, but
in
he's just
this
older.
system,
He's older.
He's not. He's freaking the guy they just paid $50 million to is going to be 30 years old. He's 29. The dude from the Ravens. He's 29 years old. So he's not. He's no spring chicken. So the kid from the Jets is 6'6", 300 pounds. He could play 5 technique. He could play 3 technique. He can rush inside. He can rush outside. He can be your DN. And
I
Bill
like the
loves, as I would too, if I'm going to have guys to rush the passer, I don't want 235-pound guys that the second they get on the field, check, run here, run there. You can't have guys that, like, he is going after guys that are every down players. He's looking for big bodies. That's why he got the nose tackle. He can play all 3 downs.
Tackles.
2 nose tackles. You can play all 3 downs. I'm talking first, second, third down. They can still get after the quarterback with pushing the pocket. Then you get Anderson, who's a big-ass dude. He wants a bull rush.
You still have what's his name, Bo too, right? Bo Allen.
Bo. We used to call him the. We
But
call him the white.
You have those 3 guys.
We used to
down
call
the
him the
middle.
white buffalo.
Yeah,
Because he has his ass. So this is a great story. We were practicing against the Eagles in training camp, and this was, I can't remember the year. I don't know, head trauma. Chandler, it was me and Chandler were on the field, and we're doing like one-on-one pass rush. Our defense was up against the Eagles offense, and Lane Johnson was a rookie at the time, good-ass player. But they had, Bo was with the Eagles. And, like, we're running on the field, and Bo has, like, the biggest legs and ass. And I climbed Kilimanjaro with Bo, so he's awesome. He's a great dude. So Bo literally, I mean, his ass is as big as this table. So Chan is one of the funniest dudes I've ever been around. He goes, man, you look like a white buffalo. We started dying laughing, and even he started laughing because he was like, because he's like, Bo is like pale, like redhead, you know, big, like white hair on his arms. Like he looks like an albino buffalo or something. You know, it's just hilarious. And we were dying. But when he signed here last year, it was weird because it's COVID and you can't really talk. Because I love Bo. He's a great dude. And I wanted to hang out with him. But then he had this injury, and then like he's been training and trying to get back. He wasn't even here. He was in Colorado rehabbing and stuff. So he's going to be a freaking clog. That dude doesn't move.
I know, but
So I think their run defense, everyone talks about pass rush. Everybody wants to talk about pass rush. Bill does not care about your pass rush. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, you can pass rush. Great. Can you stay on the field when they know they're running, you know they're running, we know they're running, and they're running at you?
Yeah.
Can you stay on the field? Because if you can't, Bill is so old school. He doesn't care. He's like, get him off. Jeez, get him off the field. Get him off the field. I've heard, get him off the field. Jesus.
Right, the headset, the Ernie.
Yeah, get him off the field. You know, so with what they have in place, with the guys that they brought in, I like the guys that they brought in for being stout on the run, because you got to stop the run. If you can't stop the run, that's a wrap. You suck.
I think the moves were great, and I think they're at a point right now. They got like 32 million in cap space. I think they're exploring Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson right now, and seeing. Can we pull this trade off? Because if we can't, we're gonna go spend the rest of the money. We're gonna get like another receiver.
So let me ask you this, and I'll put it into like car dealership, terminology. If you and another dealer were in the biggest moment of your lives, the biggest, like any car thing that you could possibly imagine, it's you and another dealership. The whole world's watching. Everybody is gonna basically watch this moment and always talk about it. And the other dealership beat you. And not only did they beat you, they intercepted you at the 1 yard line. Would you ever want to trade away your best player to the team that did that to you on national television or in a national scene?
Oh, you mean the Russell Wilson thing?
Yes. The Seattle Seahawks. If they
like
treated
10 years ago.
It's
10 years ago.
Hey, people don't forget. Just like
but if Belichick's going to go offer them like 2 first-round
remember when you
picks,
peed your pants? Man, that was like 10 years ago. People don't forget. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, kids don't forget. People don't forget. Seattle
and Pete Carroll are good friends.
Not.
They're good friends.
I'm not trading Russell Wilson. Why would you trade Russell Wilson?
If he wants out.
No.
What if he holds out?
Deshaun Watson wants out.
So does Russell Wilson.
And, hey, I don't know. Did you see the new thing on Deshaun Watson? He's got a little thing coming up.
That's kind of sketchy, though. How you don't go from like any type of investigation by the authorities, you just go right to a civil lawsuit on that? That seems pretty fishy.
I won't bring up any,
That seems like that may have been concocted by a certain chaplain that now runs the Houston Texans.
Oh, really? You think so? Well, I mean, I don't want to bring up massage parlors, up in the New England area.
Well, that's been thrown out. There's no tape of it.
There's nothing. Yes, that never happened.
Didn't happen.
I'm saying that the Deshaun thing, that's
that
all money.
And
then the lawyer came out and said that this isn't about money. Of course it
but
is.
Deshaun came out and said that you sent us like a demand for $500,000.
Yes, please pay us $500,000. This will go away.
Yeah.
So it's not about money. It's about money. So everything's about money. This world is the world. Gas is going to be $5 a gallon, so get yourself ready for that too. It's already I just paid $3.86 for diesel. Everybody that's excited for the summer, go break your kid's piggy bank out because it's going to cost you a lot to be driving.
Money's out there though. Money's flowing.
It's flowing, baby.
It's flowing.
Well,
stimulus payments.
Stimulus is going right to Chevron.
Stimulus is in Foxborough right now.
I got a lot of oil.
Money out.
I own a lot of oil stock. Great dividend, by the way. Look it up. Yeah. Shell 5%. Put some money in it.
You get Bill paying the money out. No, I think he's looking at any of these available trade options, and then if that doesn't pan out, he's going to sign some more free agents, and he's going to trade up in the draft.
Deshaun wanting out of the Texans. Deshaun wanting out is your best opportunity with Caserio.
There already one trade. They already made a trade
Caserio relationships. The stick. What's that?
No, he's
like, hey, trade him.
Well, the other thing too is that, but Caserio knows the the value charts kind of that Bill has, right? Like, what does he value people at? What do the picks mean?
The only thing is that you would have to give up.
You'd have to give up.
You'd have to give up your 15th. You'd have to give up your next year's one.
I think what you'd have to give up is if you gave Caserio, Gilmore, Stidham, N'Keal Harry, 2 firsts, 2 seconds, that gets the deal done.
Gilmore,
Stidham,
Harry,
2 firsts and 2 seconds.
See, I don't think that works.
You don't think that gets him?
No, I don't think because Harry is
first-round pick.
Is he? He was a first-round pick, but he's a first-round talent.
The rumor is that basically Caserio had basically pushed them into drafting Harry at that point.
I'm sure. And
he's
happy that he's got $30 million and he's with the Texans. Doesn't have to deal with that. So he's probably happy that's.
But you look at it and you go, okay, these are guys. I mean, they've already signed like 6 former Patriots.
Yeah, for like $2 million, like nothing.
I know, but those are rookie deals. Stidham makes nothing. Harry doesn't make a lot of money. You know, Gilmore, you could at least say, hey, part of
Gilmore.
trading,
The only thing that I'd worry about Gilmore is he had a quad rupture.
But I think you can sell to the fan base though.
Quad tear. Quick, I'll give you a Dr. Ninko. Quick little
He's
lesson.
He's running and everything.
Yeah, but this is just partial ACL is a full ACL. So when somebody says, "Oh, I partially tore my ACL," the doctor says, "Well, you can either leave the partial tear and you might tear the rest of it, or we do a complete ACL reconstruction." Most athletes opt for the reconstruction because athletes obviously do a lot of quick turning, cutting, fast, explosive stuff, and you're going to tear that ACL. Just like a patella. Partial patella tendon tear is a full tendon tear. Everyone's probably like, what? What are you talking about? Yes. So when somebody says, oh, it's not that bad, he had a partial tear, all that means is they reconstructed the patella with the same surgery you would if you actually window shaded that thing up. And they would just pull it back down and give you the wire and wrap your patella with the wire and then sew it back up. That's what I've seen plenty of guys do it. It's like it's crazy. I've seen guys tear their Achilles, just a little, and then that thing rolls up. I've seen guys tear their quad, goes right up. I've seen 3 guys tear their quad, patella tendon. 4, actually, which is crazy. Pepper Johnson did it in practice, just running a route after practice. Tore his pop. Mayo against the Buffalo Bills. Who else did it? Andre Carter. And then my buddy Brian McDonough jumping on the trampoline with his little girl.
Wow.
Ugh.
That's quite a different thing. No,
things happen.
But the thing is, he'll recover from it, and you can sell to the fan base and the Texans as in.
I like Gilmore. I like his mentality. I like him a lot. He's quiet. He's just like an assassin. Like he doesn't say anything. He just looks at you.
I think it'd be better though. I do think it'd be better to keep Gilmore. Have that defense be really stout.
I would keep Gilmore.
A quarterback.
I would keep Gilmore.
Draft a quarterback.
Gilmore, from what you paid him to start with to what you're paying him now with what you have in cap space, he's a bargain.
Yeah.
Gilmore went from a big contract to a great contract, all within his performance. And that's one thing, too, that my agent would always say. He's like, look, if you want to go get paid, it's not going to be in New England. You're going to have to go somewhere else to get paid. But if you stay consistent with being a little bit overpaid, like in the beginning, where like, hey, let's give him a little bump now, and then at the end you're really underpaid, you'll always have a job and you'll always be wanted, and they won't even think about trading you. Like if you're making if you're making like $4 million, and then the going rate for a pass rusher is like 6, they're like, hell no, we're not trading him. He's so every offseason I'd be like, they're not trading me. There's no
or cut you or anything.
They're not cutting me. They're not trading me. I had no worry about that. Gilmore, unless he's like, I'm ready to move on because I want to make more, because he can make more. So like I could see him being like, I'm worth 15 right now, a year, and I think that he's on the books for 9. So he's already made his money.
I think it's like 7.
That's cheap.
Yeah,
keep Gilmore. Don't let him go.
I think you restructure his contract.
Unless you get a guy like Watson and he's part of the deal.
That's where I say, like, that's the only way I think I'm okay with trading Gilmore. Because why trade Gilmore for a 3rd-round pick?
I don't know. Is this hat hot?
Yes, it's very hot. I'm actually taking this off.
I feel like I'm not breathing. My follicles. Dr. Leonard wouldn't like this.
I'm switching.
Did you see the laser? I sent him a laser cap pic last night.
It's working.
He's going. I don't know. I got the yarmulke in the back.
The
light. It's a light color.
I wouldn't want to let go of Gilmore.
It's a nice hat for, $20.
I wouldn't want to let go of Gilmore. I'd rather keep Gilmore, unless you can get like Watson or something like that. Then that makes sense. That makes logical sense. I mean, if they got Watson, are they the Super Bowl favorite then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be really torn. Now, do you think that Bill looked at the schedule and said,
I don't think he did. I mean,
I'm loading up because I want to hit the hell out of Tom. I'm gonna blitz him. I'm gonna hit him right in between.
Men at him
right in
nonstop.
between the 1 and the 2. We're going old school. We're going 1,500 for below the kneecap. Hit.
Oh, like
25.
a body gate.
You know what's funny? I was on the 2009 Saints. I was on that team. So
they're screaming.
Greg Williams.
Tear his ACL.
No, Greg Williams was the coordinator. And I don't know if I've said it on the show or not, but I'll tell you a great story. After I was a long snapper at the time, everyone knows Ninkovich, overachiever, hardworking white guy, long snapper to D end. I was a D end in college, really good as well. They made me a long snapper, obviously, because I don't know if they stereotyped me or what to be a long snapper, but they moved me to long snapper. But I still did all the individual drills, like movement drills, defensive stuff. I'm like, hey, if I'm going to be a long snapper, can I just at least do like the defensive stuff? And they're like, yeah, go ahead, have fun with that. So I'm like doing everything better than everybody, and they're like, yeah, he's a long snapper, don't look at him. So they had a end of the OTA minicamp. They had like a lunch at some Italian restaurant in New Orleans. I can't remember the name of it, but Greg was giving out these pamphlets to everybody, and it was like just a list of like what like all these different sayings and like poems, and he gave a speech. He's like, look, when we get on that field, we're gonna whack tackle anybody we see. You know what a whack tackle is? And we're all like, I'm sitting there, I'm like eating my salad, and he's like talking. He's like, a whack tackle, you take your helmet, you put it on that ACL, and the first thing that hits the ground, his head whacks the ground. That's a whack tackle. You hit that ACL, and his head hits the ground. Cut off the head, the body will die. That's all he would say. Cut off the head, the body will die. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm recovering from an ACL, and it really sucks. So
I don't want to tear anybody's ACL.
Can we keep the ACLs intact? Because I know this is our livelihood, and like I really enjoy like playing football. So that guy, he gets everyone motivated. I don't know if you've seen him lately. He looks like Zorro. He like dyes his mustache black. If you're like in your 50s, why dye everything black? Like, you look silly.
Yeah,
like you're
it's already
old.
gone.
Go gray. Like there's nothing wrong with being gray. Like why dye it? I get it. Like come on.
On the Belichick thing, do you think Belichick is going to be motivated that week against Brady? I mean, you've been in meetings with him, so
of course
team
he
meetings.
is. I mean, he's motivated every week.
I know, but will it be anything extra?
I'm sure he will want to get Tom a little bit frustrated, and
but will it be like the same normal meeting you always have, or will it be something different?
I'm sure it'll be something different. I'm sure it would be like way more. We need to be on everything possible. We need to understand every situation. We can't show our hand early, or this guy, I know him, we know him in the room that have been here a while. He's gonna get us. He'll kill us if we show him early. So like they're going to come – they'll come up with something. I mean, they're going to come up with something. And then depending on – I don't know exactly the date of that game. I don't know if it's early in the season. I don't know if it's late in the season.
It's middle.
I don't know because, like, weather could be a factor, Well,
I guess
injuries are a
Brady,
factor. So we'll see. But it's going to be a great game. I'm going to be torn because I'm a fan of the Patriots. I'm a super fan of Tom.
Super fan.
I love Tom.
Well, speaking of super fan, what happened a year ago today?
What's a year ago today?
Tom Brady left New England a year ago today.
Ooh.
Did that bring you down for the day?
No, I got a bunch of Patriots stuff. I got a bunch of Tampa stuff. I'm good. I'm fine. But I might wear a Patriot hat with like a Tampa Tom shirt.
At that game?
How many people
Would you
in the
actually go to the
stands?
game?
Yeah, I'll go to that game. If they let people in the stands, I'll go to the game. But how many people in the stands will have Tom jerseys on?
Oh, a lot.
How many people will
People
cheer
have
for
Coach
Tom?
jerseys on.
How many people will cheer for Tom when he does well in Gillette? You think it'll be like Patriots score, Tom throws touchdown?
It'll depend on where the Patriots are at at that time.
Yeah.
Like, if it looks like they're going to win a division title and all that, I don't think they'll cheer for him. If it's, a 7-9 season, then they'll cheer for him. That's what I think. I mean, that will be interesting.
Speaking of Bill, I wanted to bring up one thing that I think is awesome, and that is Bill shaved his head for Boston Children's Hospital.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. I honestly think it's amazing that Bill, like, a lot of guys, like, yeah, I'll donate, or like he literally was like, yeah, just shave my head. And when
I don't think he cares about that.
I don't know, because when they shaved it, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I don't think he cared. You see him show up at like press conferences
he's
with
got,
the holes.
like, nah, but he still has the, like, he's got a little bit when they cut it. It was
island.
like I was like, oh shit, like he just went from
he's
like
also like 65 years old.
Yeah, but then he went to 75.
What?
He went from 68 to like 78 in one haircut. Like I just it was just odd because first of all, Brandon B. King, why didn't you go with like a 2? Like you went with like a 5.
Yeah.
Like you don't shave someone's head.
You should just went open, no guard.
No, at least a 2. Because I need a haircut right now, but I go 2 guard, which is like a little. It's like you have hair, but it's like thin. If you go like a 5, it's like you have hair, but it's like too much hair.
It's like the
and
awkward
it's too
stage
long.
of
Yes, yes. But maybe he said just like shave it really long so it'll be back in 4 months.
I asked Brandon.
That's why he's in. Bill's like not even here. He's in Florida, like doing all his moves.
No, he's here. I think.
Is he here?
Yeah, that was at Gillette.
When?
Like last week when they shaved it.
No, I'm saying after that. He's not in New England
there
right now.
with the free agency thing.
No, I don't think so.
Almost guaranteed.
I think he's in Florida right now.
I don't think so. The I text Brandon.
I'll just
King.
look up Linda. I talked to Linda.
I text Brandon King. I'm like, hey, are we gonna find any pieces of Belichick's hair on eBay that you're selling or anything?
That's not a bad idea. Greatest
coach
of all time.
About it. I'm like, you probably could have sold it for probably a couple grand each thing. Like get like
Bill
a little lock
Belichick
of it.
hair.
Yeah.
Well, imagine Tom Brady's old house there in Brookline. People are probably pulling hair out of the drains, smelling it.
Having tours go through.
Yeah. Well, this is Giselle's bathroom. So
have you been in that house?
There's some hairs in the drain.
Have you been in that house?
No, I'm not cool. I think Tom doesn't like me that much.
You've never been invited to the Brady house?
No. He's he's like, hey Rob, how you doing? Oh, nope, don't come over. Hold on, let's see. This is my dad. So I bought my dad a Kia Telluride. So I'm actually getting it ceramic coated, and I'm doing like a front bra and all that stuff, like the Expel. And he's excited. He's very excited.
He seems pretty excited.
He's very excited. My mom, I don't know. My mom is bothering me. Is it gonna have enough headroom? I'm like, yeah, Ma, it'll have enough headroom. I told my dad, I said, well, tell her she can't drive it. Give her your old truck, which was my old truck. Give her the 07 Silverado.
That probably went well.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. She's like, she's so stuck on a Buick. She's like, but the Buick had like, what did the Buick have? I don't know. So my mom was like, is it gonna be the same size as the Buick? I said, Mom, it's basically the same size. Like they made this to compete with the Buicks, the Toyota Highlander, all those cars. That's why this is made. So I went through all the statistics of the car, and she was like, it is a half-inch narrower. I'm like, all right, you don't get to drive it. Debbie, you don't get to drive it. She watches it. Sorry, Mom. Just take it easy. Take it easy. But it's got the nice headliner. But anyway, let's see. Let's see what, because I thought they were like golfing and they saw like a bald eagle or something.
I don't think so.
Then we saw a bald eagle on the golf course. That's
Eagles
we.
Here. Bald eagles here.
No, with palm trees. That's Florida. That's Boca Raton. That's Florida.
He's here.
He's in Florida.
He's here.
I think he's in Florida.
Why don't you call him?
I should text him. I don't really call. I'm not like a call guy. I'm more of a text guy. I'm sure Bill's a call guy. I'm more of a text guy.
I think he's like a FaceTime guy. You should FaceTime him.
I think that's a good time for a break. Let's take a break, and then I'm going to open one of them Guinness next. And my hat, I'm sweating.
I took it off.
It's very hot. I'm going to give this to my My son, he'll love it. But we'll be back.
Be back.
So we're back, the Dan and Ninko show. I want to dive into the division, the Patriots division. Do you feel, Daniel, that the division now, the way it stands, the Patriots and the moves that they have made, puts them at the top of the list? Are they better than Buffalo now with the moves that they have made? What do you think? Oh, it's Cam coming out of the building.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
you're such a Cam fan.
I'm not really a Cam fan.
See,
I
he
just think
juked
it's
me
the
a couple
best
times,
option.
and I hate him because he made me look silly. But
that's actually a high. It's like I think it's his top 3 moment or something like that.
That's a good moment.
It's with like you and Hightower,
yeah,
and
we
there's
all
somebody
missed
else.
Him. Chandler missed him.
Hey,
I missed him.
Yeah.
I missed him.
They were 7-9 last year. They're adding so many pieces to this team that weren't there last year. I mean, isn't this the greatest upgrade at tight end from one team from one year to the next team?
But my thing about the tight end is how much production can those two guys make to where they're like constantly the difference makers all the time? You think that
They're
two
gonna
tight
be.
ends? Like, I know, like, no one likes to say the name Hernandez in New England, but you know, you had Gronk and Hernandez.
It's different.
That was
though.
like a 1-2 punch.
Yeah, but it's not the same because Hernandez was more of like a receiver. He was a move.
He was
tight
a
end.
receiver.
He was a move tight end.
Yeah.
These two guys can go out there and block. You know, so like you put in the
They
two.
can't block. No tight ends can block. I'm sorry.
They can block better than the average tight end.
And in 2021, the average tight end is basically a 2006 like receiving tight end.
Yeah, but
nobody blocks in the NFL.
But the thing is, though, is that like you can bring that 2 tight end set in. You're running the ball. You have good running backs with Sonny Michel and Damian Harris, and there's rumors of them bringing another one in.
They're
Maybe
going to have
Damian
to
Williams.
bring another one in. Legarrette, or not Legarrette. I almost said Legarrette.
Oh, yeah,
Leonard.
Yeah, Lombardi Lenny now is what he's called. But they're going to have that in there. It's going to open the play action
This
for
is
him.
good, George. Good job.
Yeah, they're going to open that play action. In it's just going to be easier for them. They actually have the Bourne. I think the best receiver they signed is that Bourne kid. I think Bourne's going to be pretty good. You know, having that slot guy.
What do you
again.
think? What do you think that the
Maybe Edelman comes back.
signings? What do you think the signings say for Jules? Because they'd signed basically 2 slots.
No, Aguilar's
They're
a
not
burner.
outside.
Aguilar's a
he's
burner.
He's a slot burner. He's not a big guy. He's not a number 1 size guy. He's a slot move guy. If you run a 4-2, 4-3, but you're what's his height? He's not over 6 foot.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
Aguilar? Yeah, he's a big guy.
No, I don't think he is. He's very slight. Aguilar?
He's 6 foot.
That's not a number 1 receiver height.
He's not number 1. They don't have a number 1 receiver. Edelman's probably their number 1 receiver. I mean, Edelman's still
so
playing.
Sore. I threw hands the other day boxing. Ooh.
Yeah,
Just for St. Patty's, if I go and somebody wants to, give me the old Irish fighter.
I think that
Far and Away, great movie, by the way.
I still think Edelman's not going to be a 70% snaps played or anything like that. He's going to be like a 40% snaps played. I think that's what he's got left in him. He can't go out there every down.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it all
happens with
depends on how he looks when he comes back, like how he
doesn't have a
feels.
big cap hit. I think he's like $6 million against the cap.
Even if
what do you replace that
I
with?
think personally, even if he doesn't, if he can't even play a snap, he's got to still they're going to keep him on the roster. Like
He'll mentor those guys.
Yeah. He'll be somebody that they want to keep around. Because let's face it, he earned that. Every dollar that Julian made, he earned plus some. So if you look at his career earnings, he's well below what he should have made based on like his production. So if I was Bill or anybody, I would keep him, even if he had nothing left. Like even in 2009, like Teddy had a knee scope, and his knee was kind of bothering him. He wasn't what he used to be, and he retired. But I think that was more so like, hey, you retire, we're gonna have to release you. Like with Jules, that's not gonna happen. I don't think they'll give him that like, hey, retire or we're gonna have to release you. Like they'll probably just say, look, rehab this year, stick around the building if you can't be back to playing and running and doing all that stuff. but they would like keep you in the building, help guys out because, you know, Jules would love to do that. But I also think that he wants to be what he always is, and that's an impact player. So that's the hardest thing for a player to digest, like that you're dealing with an issue that doesn't seem to go away because it is nagging and you can't cut like you used to cut, or you can't run like you used to run. It happens to everybody. So, you know, I think that he'll be a great guy because nobody's talking about this. They're signing all these great guys. They don't have the pieces that they used to have in the assistants, the coaches. The assistant coaches back when I was playing, I mean, think about it. Brendan Daly, he's with the Chiefs. You got a bunch of, you know, Matty P. I know he's back, but he's not like considered a position coach.
Yeah,
you know,
Judge.
Joe Judge, great coach. Offensively, you lost a bunch of guys. Let me think. Pat Graham, the DC in New York now. B. Flo, Boyer was a great coach, secondaries coach, with a lot of experience and a lot of years.
Where is he now?
He's in Miami. He's a DC in Miami.
That's right, yeah.
So you have a lot of coaches. Chad O'Shea,
Yep.
who went down to Miami, but now he's in Cleveland.
Yep.
You know, Jerry
Stupinski,
like he left as well. I think he's in New York.
Yeah.
Is he in New York? But a lot of guys who were there for a long time that developed in the program, like understanding the system, how Bill wants the guys to play a certain way.
You still have that though, I think.
Yeah, but they don't have the a 40-something or a 40-year-old coach that's been in the league for a long time versus a 22, 3, 4, 5-year-old coach that's been coaching for 3 years, who has learned how to coach through the system of being like.
But they got to that point though with getting those younger guys in because all those
guys.
No.
But think about it. All those guys, those young guys that turned into the older guys coaches were the very young guys when they had Pepper Johnson. You had Romeo Cornell. You had Charlie Weiss. You had even Cole. Was it Popovich? Not Cole Popovich.
He's still there.
No, I know he's the O-line coach.
Yeah,
but I'm saying he was learning under Scar. So like you're
coming back.
I know he's not coming back.
I don't know why I think that
he's not coming back again. He left for a couple years, came back. I think this time he's close to 80. Like he's not gonna come back.
But he loves it though.
Yeah, but it's that coaching is hard, man. And then you got Steve and Mayo. Mayo is probably the smartest and the guy that's done it.
Yeah.
So like Mayo has done it. So another thing too, as a player, like me and Matty P, we might get into it about a certain way to play something, and I'd say, Matt, like that doesn't make sense. Do you understand why it doesn't make sense? And Matty would argue like, well, no, this is the way you have to do it. I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way. If it's a YY wing and I'm splitting the difference with the YY wing, I can't go play the off the ball guy because the on the ball guy is going to touch me first. You get like, there's just things that, as a coach, if you've never played and never done it on the field, that's why there's two different types. There's a coach that, has done it, then been like, look, that's not going to work. Like, just go freaking make the play. Or a coach that's like, you learn through experience of watching guys do it, but when you're on the field and you're doing it, you understand like there's leverage that goes into it. There's hand placement. There's guys that as you do it, you're like, look, it just doesn't work that way. So whoa, okay, Cam's back. But that's what I think too. Like the Patriots after the Rams Super Bowl, they lost a bunch of like really key coaches that could help kind of like shape the way that they wanted to play because it's not easy to play defense for the Patriots. Like it's not easy. There's many multiples, there's many moving parts. And last year they had too many young guys. They were too inexperienced. They had too many guys that were first down, second down, third down players. You're coming in with your first down group. You're coming in with your second down group. You're coming with your third down group. You're coming in with your third and long group. You're coming in way too many moving parts. They need first, second down, and third players that all stay on the field together. They all communicate together. And then you have a few guys that come in for third down and long. That's what they need.
I got to give you some bad news that just broke.
Oh, no.
The Patriots signed Ted Karras.
Oh, David's gone.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Hopefully not. Hopefully that's just a backup role.
I don't know about that.
Not a big deal. 1 year, $4 million.
1 year, 4. That means that I bet you David goes to Miami. They're going to probably pay him $8, $9 million a year. Good for David. Good for David.
Bad for the Patriots.
Well, if their inside protection is shitty because they have a guard that's gone and a center that's gone.
If David Andrews played, I think their actual line is better than what it was last year than to this year.
If David was back, they would be hella good.
They'd be very good.
They'd be very good. So, I don't like that at all. That angers me. It really makes me mad. What?
The somber time on here.
What is this?
I was trying to read more.
Look at my dad sent me. Wallaby soft and chewy classic black licorice. I'm going to say you're diabetic. Let's get off of that. You have type 2. Stop. That's good stuff, though. Oh, man. I don't like that. I don't like it because I feel like David is the guy that you want to keep. David is a guy that helps keep that young, because you have a young group of guys and even new group of guys that just got paid that have no idea what it was like to play with Tom Brady.
There's not many left, right?
No.
I mean, you get Slater, Chung,
Slate.
McCourty,
Slate's
Hightower.
great, but Slate's not like a vocal. He's not a guy that'd be like, this is Dev. No, but Dev doesn't really have to be vocal. He's a veteran. He's played a long time. Guys just watch him. I would like them to sign Jay back, but with them signing Mills, I don't know if that's going to happen either.
I think they're going to sign Jason back.
If I'm Dev, I'm like, sign my brother back or I'm retiring.
That's what I mean. That's what I think is going to happen.
Like, he's good too. Like, you want me here and you're keeping me here. Like, we're literally the same DNA. Like, we're the same thing. Like, we just split. We're the same thing. Like, whatever you say we are, whatever you say he is, I am.
I think they're signing. I think it's a foregone conclusion.
Like, it's not like, I mean, they're literally the same people.
You still need some corner, especially if you trade Gilmore. You still need another corner.
Yeah.
Mills is more of like a safety corner hybrid.
Yeah, he does both.
He's not really a corner.
Funny thing about Jason and Dev. Me and Dev sat next to me in the meetings. I could make Dev laugh like boom, like belly laugh, just saying some silly Ninko stuff. I met his brother for the first time, and it was so weird because like when I'm talking to him, I didn't even think like I just was talking to him as if it was Dev, and like it was the same stuff. Like I could get him to laugh. You know, it's like I'm talking to Dev, but no, I know it's Jason. I know it's Jay, but I mean, it's crazy. Like I saw him the other day, and we just talked. Like it's just crazy. Like even he'd say, like, yeah, we're like, I feel like he'd know you. It's like crazy. It's weird.
Yeah. So what do you think? I think a good thing here is what do you think of the current Patriots free agents that they're going to re-sign or not re-sign? Because you have like David. Which
I felt that they should have signed David.
I felt
that should have been their number one priority is to sign David.
Yeah.
Which
I could have been okay if they signed Tooney. You know,
I think so. Tooney, because
Tooney's
really
center.
good.
He could play center.
He could play everything.
Yeah.
He could play tackle if you wanted to.
Well,
But
Chiefs paid him like he's playing tackle.
He's gonna but they get 80 mil. Whoa, million. I'd be at freaking Meekum auto auction like that. What is it bid to? What's the highest? I would just do this. I would be like this.
You'd be like Lloyd Christmas.
Oh, I'd have.
Here you go.
I'd have.
Here you go.
There you go. What did you want for that? Oh, it didn't meet reserve. There you go. What is the reserve? There you go. You know, it's like, dang it. I should have fucking hit. Oh, that was loud. Didn't mean to do that. Shit at free agency. I should have went to Cleveland.
Where is this? I gotta find it.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I would sell Super
Rob
Bowl ring.
Ninkovich getting a contract.
There you go.
There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Come on. I would have those white fur boots on, too. With a Lambo.
So what we got left then for free agents of the Patriots? You got
So
next one
Wise,
would
they
be-
signed back Wise, which max, I think he
for a
signed
good amount of money.
It's a max value, so
Yeah.
you don't know the ins and outs. So,
No,
like,
no, it
if he
came up with
plays
a lot.
every snap, or if he has like 10 sacks a year, like he could have. But he's a good. But here's the thing: Wise is a good, versatile. Like he could play in, out.
Yeah.
He can play a lot of different positions. He's a big, tall guy. And here's the one. Here's the one thing too: like certain guys, if they're built a certain way, they need to have like. You need to have speed. Like if you're like not a very big guy, you got to have your speed. You got to have quickness. You got to have all these things. Wise is like a super long lever. Like even when he was 21, like when I first met him, I'm like, is this guy 40? Like he's just built like, you know, old, like he's just built a certain way. He's got really long arms. He's got like size 18 feet. So he kind of runs funny, but he can do what you need to do. He's strong in the run. He's
versatile. That's what they
He
like.
just needs to not rough the quarterback for 15 yards every time he hits the quarterback, and it'll be good. But with that, I'm saying he could do a lot of different things, and that's the one reason that I think they signed some of the guys that they signed, so they could be multiple and they can move around and do the things, because you can't stay in the same thing. That's the one thing Bill's always like, look, you can't stay in the same defense over and over and over again. That's why we're always in like 4-3, 34, 52s. You know, and it helps when you have veterans that have done a lot of different things. So when you have high back, he could play on the ball, off the ball. Bentley's got a lot more experience. The only thing I think they're missing is a cover linebacker, and I'm talking about with the way the league is going.
Juden covers.
Yeah, he can cover.
He's one.
Yeah.
Of the, I think he dropped the most in coverage.
So
among
like
linebackers.
but he can't cover a back one-on-one. Judon is not a one-on-one cover guy.
Yeah,
I'm talking
but he's
about
dropped into coverage.
if I was playing the Patriots, like right now.
Well, here's some more breaking news of another Patriots signed.
What the heck?
The Dolphins signed Adam Butler to a 2-year deal.
Oh, that's okay. I wonder what he
You
got.
okay with that one?
They signed a bunch of guys. Like you knew. Here's the thing. You know that Adam was going to go, and you know that probably Guy is going to go with the way that they have guys, with what they have on the roster and what they signed. Because the pieces that they signed, Anderson and the kid from Miami, those are your two pieces that are move guys that can move, and they're going to draft a couple guys, guaranteed.
Yeah, like I said, I think that one's okay. What do you think? What do you think about Lawrence Guy? Should they re-sign Lawrence Guy?
I love Lawrence, but I think that you can go get some more money, and that's the last bite of the apple. So why not?
But if the money was right, you'd sign him if you're the Patriots.
Yeah, but I don't think that they're going to be able to
He have 30
get him
million
at a
cap space.
discount. You know,
I don't know. I think they might be able to. You think they go back and,
I think
and sign Kyle?
I think they should, but I don't know if like Kyle can be a little stubborn at times. Kyle's got that like stubborn like personality to him.
They would go to a very good linebacker core if
They
you
would
signed
go to
Kyle.
great
you go one of the
linebacking
best
core.
in the
You
NFL,
just-
right?
And this is the thing too. Like in the NFL, everyone's been cut. Everyone's been told like, "Hey, you're not as good as we thought," or like, "You're not what we want." I think that Kyle, you know, he was traded here. He went to
He
the
was a second-round
Lions.
pick of the Lions.
Yeah, he went to the Lions. Didn't work out.
They basically dumped him.
They dumped him.
Yeah.
They didn't. It didn't work out. He didn't have a good career with the Lions. He came to New England my last year. Like I did, you know, Kyle coming in. You go from the Lions, which is like a 4-3, like they have 3 plays that they call defensively, to like the Patriots, where they have a billion calls, and you had a veteran defense with multiple defenses that we would throw in, and we have guys swapping, and we had, you know, if you're a linebacker, you had to talk to Mccourty, and you had to listen to the safety rotation, and I had to know the front, and I had to know where the strength was, and I had to know where we moving and where the linebackers are. They man coverage, because if it's man and it's a bunch zone near, and there's a pick, I might have to take that guy to the flat without them telling me. Like, there's so many rules and so many things that go on so fast that when Kyle came here, he was like, whoa, like, this is nuts. Like, what are you doing here? And then slowly, you know, he caught on to it. It gets easier. And everyone goes through that same process. When I first got here, I remember a Fox call, which is literally like you just rush. And I dropped back, and Teddy was looking at me, Brewski. He's like, what are you doing? It's Fox. He's like, you go. And I was like, oh, okay. You know. And Maddie, when I first year here, Maddie in preseason, he's like, look, they're evaluating you on like what you can do just raw. So like, who cares about the call? Like Matt even said, like, I don't care if you blow the coverage, just go play football. And like, we played the Eagles in the preseason. I had like 3 sacks, bunch of TFLs, hard edge. I missed like 3 flat calls. Like, there was like 3 touchdowns on me, but he was like, I don't care. Good job. Like, you're just showing us, like, can you set the edge? Can you rush the passer? Can you play the run? We'll teach you everything else. Because I was there like a week. He's like, just go play. That's the same thing with like guys that are first traded. Like, Kyle came in, he didn't understand, then he got it, and then you saw him develop, and then he got to a point where, you know, highly sought free agent, goes and gets paid, and now he's gonna have to take a 1-year prove it deal. And I think that sucks for guys that had the prove it mentality, proved it, got to that point, got to where like they had a big contract, and then they get cut because the contract that they signed through their agent or wherever was like had that injury clause. Because you would think that he signed that deal, if he had $30 million fully guaranteed, he'd still be there. Yeah, 100%. But he didn't.
It's 15 guaranteed, 15 injury. Reports coming out now that David Andrews will not be returning to the Patriots.
Yeah, he's gone.
That's pretty sad. The next one, I think, is Jason Mccourty.
I want Jason to be back because Jason, like, look.
I think Jason helps Devin too.
Of course.
Yeah.
Look, there's. They say the football, like, a team is a family. The team is a family.
They're a family.
They literally are a family. Like, Jay's got a wife and kids. Dev's got his wife and kids. His mom comes up. You know, like, that makes sense, especially with Devin having 1 year left. Jay doesn't want to play that much longer. Neither of them, like, they're both of these guys, Devin and Jason, have won Super Bowls. They want to go out. Like, if you said, Jay, hey, we'll pay you 1 year, $1 million, obviously that's not going to matter. Like, he'd be like, no, I'm not doing it. He'd probably retire because at a certain point when you've played a long time,
I think he'd take it.
No, he wouldn't. There's no way. I had made $25 million in my career, and I was going to make $1.5 million my last year. I was like, it's not worth it. That's $600,000. That's $650. What does a $650 do? He's made like $50 million.
Yeah, but he just played like last year, like 2.5 or something like that.
Yeah, because it was part of his contract, like that he had signed previously.
I don't think so.
But then they renegotiated it down.
Oh, okay.
So he took a pay cut. So like, there's only a certain point where you're like taking a pay cut. Like, if you're making something, everything's a risk and a reward. If you're a race car driver and you've raced cars your whole life, and they're like, hey, we'll give you $50 to go around this corner at 200 miles an hour. You're like, yeah, you know, my money's in the bank. I'm making 6%. Like, I'll make more in my interest.
So they give him 1 year, $2 million. It's
probably.
That's not a bad deal though for a veteran corner.
No, I would give him 1 year, 3. Like, come on, like it's. What is a corner get? What's the best corner get? Okay.
General Manager Ninko. Here you go.
There you go. It's different when it's guys that haven't proven it, but then there's guys that are like, he's not lost a step. He hasn't. The secondary last year as well, they were on the hook for, like, the secondary last year probably had more contact than they've ever had in their lives because they had dudes running up on them free as can be.
Yeah.
Nobody was, like, playing their gap responsibility up front. Linebackers weren't, like, there was linebackers that were on the practice squad the week before starting.
Yeah.
So, like, Dev's out there
breakdown.
like, all right, well, I got a running back coming at me full speed, 20 yards head start. Like, gee, like what the heck am I supposed to do here?
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. No,
So,
you can't put it on them. And then you go to the offensive side of the ball. You get James White.
He'll be in Tampa. I want to see James go to Tampa. And the reason I say that is with Cam Newton, if he's going to be the quarterback, he doesn't know how to use James White. He doesn't know. He doesn't look at James last year. And granted, I know James had to deal with a terrible tragedy in his life last year. But before all that stuff, even like they weren't using him the way that they used to. And Tom or any quarterback that understands coverages is going to say, "Oh, look, they're in man. Everyone's backs turned, running, bink to the flat. Oh, they're blitzing me. Hey, let's check two screens. How about that? Like a screen when they're blitzing us. You know, James, run the screen. Okay."
Yeah.
Huge gains. So
I think he's going to have in Tampa.
he should go to Tampa. And his family's in Florida and his mom's in Florida, so he should, be closer to everybody. And that's probably the best fit for James in this point in his career. He doesn't need to be – he's not an every down back. We know that. He's a third down catch and run guy. What's the one thing Tampa had an issue with? You'd watch Fournette like have the ball go through his hands, hit him in the face, when he could have ran for 15 yards. They need a catch and run guy. Yeah. That's what they need. So I think he'll go to Tampa.
I think so too. But still mad about the David Andrews thing. I think that's going to be I guess it's okay that you have Karras back because Karras was a captain and all that, but he can't play the same level as David Andrews.
I mean, there's a reason why Ted's $4 million.
Yeah.
And he only played 1 year in Miami.
Yeah.
If he went to Miami and was killing and balling, like, they wouldn't let him go for that cheap.
So what do you think the Patriots are going to do with the $30 million they got left?
I think that they will probably get a couple more pieces. They'll probably go. I think that Vinoy should. I think Kyle should come back. It'd be great for him to come back.
Like a 1 year, $10 million deal or something like that. 1 year, 8.
I'd go 2. Why not? You know what he's got.
2 year deal, like a 2 year.
Yeah, 2 year 20, something like that.
Yeah,
they got it.
$18 million guaranteed.
Yeah,
$17 million guaranteed.
That's not the way Bill works, though. Bill's gonna be like, you got to prove that you can still. He'll do that.
I could see that. Yeah, it would be good for Kyle to come back, and it would make that defense.
But here's the thing: if you're Kyle, and you went to Miami, number one, you got a chip on your shoulder. You're gonna play them twice. It'd be amazing to like.
Yeah, I know.
Like I would imagine, like I would have like if I signed back to the Patriots, I would imagine like sacking the quarterback and like getting up and looking at B-Flow, or running past them and saying, how's your line doing, or how you guys. It would be
the added incentive to it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
and I think Kyle plays better when he's pissed too.
I think so too. He is pissed. I tell you that
he plays better when he's motivated. When he's like
he's motivated now.
Yeah.
Getting cut, I think, was good for him in the sense that it's going to even take him to the next level.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still like 28, 29 years old.
Yeah.
So
if he comes back, though,
left in the tank.
Come on, don't replace me.
What?
No, because all they did was they had both of our characters, and then they just took me in there just lighten his color up a little bit.
Yeah, just take
keep
the
beard,
mohawk down.
Take the mohawk down.
Yeah,
put a little color, like flesh color in the back. You'll be all right. Don't even have a number on him, just a jersey. Just me in a suit.
All right, Kyle, they're on to us a little bit.
Yeah,
we got to stop.
That's funny.
But I think it's a good time to take a break here. We'll come back with a quick little segment.
Awesome.
And then
that's
send her off on St. Patrick's Day.
All right. Luck of the Irish. Irish Spring. I washed with Irish Spring this morning.
Just for fun of it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're back, the Dan and Ninko show.
That thing's too hot to put on.
This is hot. I wonder if it's plastic, and then they just.
It's plastic with something like over the top of it.
I'm sure it's probably one of those like just plastic. They have like the fireman hats. It's just plastic, and then they put this over it.
It says on the thing, all new material content.
All
polyethylene foam.
Oh, so it's foam.
They better be getting these things out soon. They'll be illegal.
Yeah, everything's going to be illegal, and gas is going to be $5 a gallon soon. But anyway. So last night, I was watching Mecum, the auto auctions.
Yeah. What?
And I was just talking to my old man. We were going back and forth, and you know, I love my old man. He was like, "Yeah, you were underpaid, but you did really well, and you had Super Bowls. You got a great name in New England." You know, I said, "But Dad, if I made like a little bit more, I could buy a freaking Ferrari."
Yeah.
You know, and then I text
And
you.
you sent me the picture of it, and you could get a bigger TV if you made more money.
It's a 55-inch TV, okay?
But it's way up in the air.
Yeah,
and
but my
everything.
wife,
It looks like it's a 25.
Paige was saying the way that the fireplace, she absolutely hates having a fireplace and a mantle and a TV, which is like, that's never been the case. In the history of human, like, building homes, they never had a fireplace with a TV above it. That's like in the last 10 years.
They would have, though, back then if they had.
They 100% would have. You would. I mean, you had to have a shower. You'd be showering. You're like, oh, hey, what's the sports site?
That got turned down. I put everything in. I put all the electrical there and everything. And then I was like, then my wife's like, no, you're not putting a TV there.
Which would be
Why
a great
not?
spot. That'd be a great spot.
Yeah,
But
be stuck in
I
the
put
shower.
the TV up, and she's like, it can't be wider. It cannot be wider than the way the books. Because we have like a fireplace with a mantle, and then like on each side like bookshelves.
went to, like,
She's
the
like, you
edge.
can't go wider than the actual. So I'm like, okay, what's the why? I took the tape measure.
went to the edge.
Because just for a little, TV sizing education here. They don't measure a television this way. They measure it corner to corner. So like you got to like, all right, how big is this TV going to be? 55. You got to go corner to corner. And I was like, all right, this is the biggest we can do. It was 55. She's like, that's all we're doing. I was like, dang it.
You could have went
So
to
actually,
the edge.
what I
edge.
did was in the basement, I went on Amazon. I'm like, I'm going to get a 70-inch TV. So we have like a massive curved screen TV.
That you don't go downstairs.
No, the kids are watching like cartoons on it, and it's, but whatever. But I was watching Mecum. They had like Ferrari. They had some beautiful Ferraris, and I was talking to Amendola because I sent you those the AMG Mercedes,
SLSs.
and he's
got an SLS.
What's the difference between that? Hold on. So I thought he had an SLS, but he has.
Does he have an AMG GT?
No, he has a GTC AMG.
Yeah, that's the little one.
Is that the little one? Are those?
SLSs are little, but SLSs have gull-wing doors.
Oh, okay. Because I said,
Yeah, and they stopped
I said, do
making
you
them,
have
like-
an SLS AMG? Question mark. He said a GTC AMG.
Yeah.
And I said I was just watching the auctions, and I said I think that sucker will go up, but
Not
that one.
Because they mass produce those. The SLSs they stopped making in either 12 or 14. So 2012 or 2014. But SLS was the gull wings and all that. They stopped making them for like 2 or 3 years, and they came out with the AMG. He's got a GTC, which is convertible.
GTC.
Yeah.
And it's matte black from the factory, which is sick.
Yeah. But the
I said-
signature one of that was the Hulk green. It's like that color,
Yeah,
but like
yeah,
flat green.
yeah, flat.
Yeah.
And I said, I think that sucker will go up. He goes, not the way I've been driving it. He drives it like every day.
In Detroit?
No, he's in Austin. He's got a sick place in Austin,
Oh, okay.
Texas.
So
He's
you
from
didn't
Texas.
bring it up to Detroit?
He's not in Detroit anymore. He's done there.
I thought he was there last year.
He was, but he keeps everything in Texas.
Oh, okay.
That guy, Dola.
He watches the show.
No, I know. Dola, what's up, bro? I'm coming to Austin. Paige would be like, you're not going with Dola. So, funny story. Dola would, he was on the bus. We were on bus 3, and he would sit in front of me. So I would always, like, either if at the time he had a girlfriend, possibly, I would hear the conversations and the arguments, or if he didn't at the time, I would hear like, "Yo, Ninko," I'd be like, "Yep, you're the man, my man." And now he's in Austin, so he goes on these. I guess his buddy has this badass wakeboard boat, and they have like lakes there in Austin and stuff. He just had a video, just a real casual video of this boat. It's probably like 400 G's or something crazy. Like these wakeboard boats, which are nuts. Like they have wakeboard boats that they're not big. They're not big at all. But I guess they can like bring in water and weigh them down.
Yeah.
So like their ass is basically in the water and they're like making these huge wakes.
Yeah.
But they're literally like $500,000 for a freaking boat.
Yeah, they're big money. I forgot,
It's
I forgot
crazy.
what they're called. It's called something where you put the wake out on them.
So he's doing a house, like he's got a couple of real estate things because Austin's just anything in Texas is going to be just crazy because you have California people that are sick of the taxes and they're sick of like the government like taking everything from them, and they're going to Texas, they're going to Tennessee.
Well, here's the story. Like Toyota, their headquarters used to be in Irvine, California, or right outside Irvine, and they went to
leaving.
Texas.
Let me try one of these suckers.
Yeah,
oh, man,
there's
I'm
the
sore.
thing.
Boxing. I boxed the other day, man. I could knock somebody out, but I'm sore from
right now it looks like it. But so they went to
Was
California.
that a jab?
I mean,
How
I
does this
watched you
work?
stand up.
I'm really sore. How does this work? Why am I?
I don't know. Gotta like kind of pry it off.
It's too short.
But so Toyota went to Texas, and they thought they'd only retain 30% of their employees that would go from California to Texas. They retained like 80 to 90% moved from California to Texas.
No, everybody's going to Texas
Because people looked at it like, okay, I have a 2,000 square foot ranch in California that I can go buy a 10,000 square foot.
Sometimes Guinness has like a little
ball.
Yeah,
I think those are mostly in the cans.
the aluminum cans.
Yeah. But you like Killian's, right?
Yeah, no, that
Irish
was really
red?
good. I think I drank all those. Hey, Dola just texted me. That's odd. Is that weird? That is
live.
so. This is so weird that we were literally just.
No, he's sending you a video of his GTC.
How many miles he got on it? Speed bump. He said, "Whoa, speed bump." I'm going to say, bro, I was just talking about you. Literally on the pod. You're on the pod.
You have to get him on the show. We'll do like a...
No, we could do like a
Zoom
Skype
call.
or a Zoom.
Yeah. Bring him up, check out some of the cars.
Yeah. Whoa, speed bump. Daniel says hello. But he's got a cool, it's got like the red interior.
Matte black,
Cool.
red interior.
It's matte black, red interior. I wonder how many miles. I can't see though. 72 degrees. Freaking punk.
It'll be like that soon here. You'll have... Oh, let's talk about your classic car.
Which one?
How you keep breaking down.
Oh, yeah. Well, I built the Buick Skylark, and we did the ride tech, and we did all that awesome suspension on it, and I was driving it the other day, and I must have hit a big bump or like an expansion joint, and something broke underneath it. Probably could have killed me, but I was fine. Paige is like, sell all your old cars right now. I'm like, okay, I'll sell them. But it's just part of it. It only had 400 miles on it. I think we got to figure out why it broke. But
We also have the Corvette went down too, right?
the Corvette battery died. But the Corvette, the reason that died was the guy that I bought it from put like these. So they make like a reproduction battery, so it looks like the old battery.
It's a new battery,
but they're made like, I don't know, in Wuhan or something. Like they're made in China. Like they're pieces of crap. So I actually put like a good battery in it, and like it's crazy how much better. It's like whom, like you just turn the key, it's like whom, starts right up. But before I'd be like, ugh, like it didn't have much power, I guess.
Yeah, they're not the greatest. It's like a red top or yellow top battery or anything.
Like I can't believe. Whoa, that's hot in there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give that to V.
I'm surprised
like
you had that
on. But yeah, so I was people. This is life, right? So I had the Buick was next to the Vet. I pushed the Vet in because I had to get it towed because I was driving in Walpole. It died while it was driving because it had 0 battery voltage. Towed it back to my shop. Put the new battery in it. I didn't realize it was in first gear, so I had it in first gear, and I turned it. And what happens when you turn the car over when it's in first gear? Well, lurched forward, and what did it do? Bink! I hit the Buick with my door, and I was like, I don't think I put a dent in it. Well, I did put a dent in it, so
You didn't just immediately go to, I'm gonna sell it.
no, it's coming up. I did order a 2021 Vet, which I know you're against because you don't like Vets, but it's a convertible. It's badass, and I'm not paying over $1 over MSRP. So
You gonna get driving gloves and everything, old man hat, scarf.
I am pretty old.
Scarf, like you get all ready to go out, like you're gonna come out with like the goggles, scarf, leather jacket.
I could do it all.
Leather gloves.
I got the Propecia and the laser cap, the thinning hair.
Like, I mean,
Dude,
you
those
can't
new Vets.
get a Corvette.
Wait till we'll see. We'll see. The car probably
you
won't
don't
be.
even drive the Corvettes you have now.
The Corvettes that I have now, I'm gonna sell. So if you want a black, they're coming here. The black one's coming here. We're gonna put photos. We're gonna put it up. It's got 11,000 miles. I'll give my money back. That people want that particular model to track, to do all the crazy stuff to it, whatever. Which will be cool. I might keep this. It's hard for me to get rid of the 65 green one. That's a really
like
pretty
a Ferrari
car.
or McLaren or something.
Because
like
I
that.
don't really fit in a Ferrari. I don't think.
I got one you fit in.
The black one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I like the coupe look.
It's coupe.
Yeah, but that's like it's a wagon coupe. It's like
cool, though.
It's got a back to it.
It's cool though.
Like it's nice to be like, yeah, well, I don't have a back seat, so
Nobody can fit back there. It's
Nobody
not like you can bring anybody with you.
I know, but that one
Saves you on insurance.
it does. It
Yeah.
does because it's not considered a
Or just-
two-seater.
Just go all out and buy like a Ford GT.
That's too much money.
It's the perfect
I can't
color.
do it. If,
For you.
if
The
if
perfect
I
Ninko color.
if I had June on money, I would buy that.
Yeah. So if you signed like a June on contract,
Oh,
you'd have been walking in.
I'd come in here and be like, I want that one, that one, that one. Actually, I love this building. It's got great glass.
Here you go.
Great lights.
Here you go.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Judon money. Ugh.
So you're gonna be.
God bless him.
So what are you doing for St. Patrick's Day? You gonna go get some corned beef and
I
cabbage?
think we're gonna go get some corned beef and cabbage and not sauerkraut. And
like you said earlier.
I'm
St. Patrick's Day, I'm gonna get some sauerkraut.
It's like corned beef and Polish sausage or something. No, I'm gonna get. I'm gonna go. We might do McMorgan's or something. They got the little bubbles out there with the kids. We'll bring them outside. Have a few brewskis with Paige. Get her sauced up a little bit. Why not? Why not? Come on, babe. Have a few beers.
I thought you were a little bit afraid of going out and everything.
What are you talking about? COVID's over. It's
Oh, you're good with that now?
election's over. It's gone. It's done. So
So you're gonna get
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm joking. Jeez, come on. No, it's not over. Be careful. Wear your mask. Get vaccinated. Except Massachusetts can't figure it out. They can't get it right. They can't get the age grouping right or the vaccines out fast enough. But a lot of other states are.
yeah. Public service announcement: we do not condone not wearing masks on the day
We
of
do
the Ninko
not
show.
condone. And we are 6 feet measured distance apart, which Fauci said 3 feet is actually okay now. So
They go back and forth with it. One day he says 3, the next day he says 6, the next day he says
But if you're
12.
vaccinated, you
Next
can
day it's
hug
never
your
ending.
your grandchildren
Grandkid with
so,
like multiple masks on.
yeah. So
But so you're gonna get vaccinated?
we'll see. Where's the 37-year-old vaccination date coming out? I'm not
I
sure.
think you can get vaccinated if you like fall into certain categories right now.
I'm healthy as an ox and I have no pre-existing. So
But I think it's like if it's like 8%
unless CTE,
body
unless
max
CTE
index,
is a
it could be.
could
You
be.
should look at it.
Well, CTE. I mean,
If you ever smoked a cigarette, you qualify.
I think. Well,
Or a
you gotta-
cigar.
I love cigars.
So
But
you could probably get one.
it'd be crazy if like anyone with head trauma like got the vaccination and they're just like.
You ever watch
Gone.
the I told you to watch the show on I think it's on Amazon
Oh,
Prime.
you know, I want you to
Utopia.
watch. I haven't watched it yet, but I want you to watch The Pharmacist on Netflix.
Is it like a show or a movie?
It's just like a documentary on this guy. It's pretty good.
I'll
It's
watch
about a guy. Son passes away from drugs. He's a pharmacist, and then he turns into like a detective. It's actually pretty good.
I'll take a look
Finds
at
his killer. Finds his son's killer because his son was killed.
that. Yeah.
Finds his son killer and like takes down the drug industry. It's pretty nuts.
Does he like kill the guy too?
No,
Like,
he
it's
just
like
finds
law-abiding,
him.
like law-abiding citizen.
No, like
I watched that the other night.
I don't want to ruin.
Like,
I don't want to ruin
again,
it for you, but like the city that the kid was killed in, like, just was like, oh, we don't have any leads and we can't find like whatever. He's like, took it into his own hands and he like literally through process of elimination like was able to find the person that did it. It's crazy.
It's like I
pretty
watched
good.
Law Abiding Citizen the other night.
I hate
for the
that
400th
movie.
time. You don't like that movie?
No, it's a great movie, but I hate the first scene. Anything to deal with that, it bothers me. Like, it bothers me. I can't watch it.
That movie's awesome though. The end, like the
That
whole
and
thing
Eye
of it.
for an Eye, I can't watch Eye for an Eye either.
It's kind of like Seven.
Seven, like, so have you seen Eye for an Eye?
Yeah.
That movie bothers me, and I can't watch that movie either because I believe in that. Eye for an eye. If you do that to anyone that I love, I'm so sorry, but something's
Ninko's
happening.
coming.
And I don't care what happens to me.
Yeah.
So
No, that's the big thing. But you got to watch Utopia though. I think it's on Amazon.
Utopia.
I think it's on Amazon.
I'll check it out. Well,
It's a pretty good one.
I think that's a wrap on 24. I think we had a great conversation about free agency. I'm a little bit sad because I love David, and David doesn't look like he's going to be back here, which sucks. We talked about the Patriots, the additions. It's St. Patty's Day. We had our hats on. I have my bling on. I have the real gold. Show me the gold. I need the gold.
Is that real?
This is real. It's real.
I thought like you complain that you didn't make as much money as some of these guys, but
It's
got
not that much money.
a couple $1,000 chain on.
And it's
You spent $150 at Party City this morning.
No, it was $50 for these hats. And, well, you know, I'm invested. Okay, I'm invested in the Dan O'Brien Auto Group.
I believe
We're
Dev
doing
McCourty
really
when he
well.
says you got old money. That's what.
Well,
believe in
Dev's got his basically his own fund, and I asked if I can get into it. He said no, you can't. But
You got kicked out.
no, they wouldn't even look at me. They wouldn't even accept me. But it's okay. I'll have to look at some other funds.
Some other funds.
Dan O'Brien Auto Fund. All right, guys.
But we'll see you guys next week. Check us out on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all over the place. And we'll see you guys next week.
See ya.